something good finally happens, a real moment of calm, and instead of resting in it, you feel it rise, that small, quiet bracing, like a part of you is already waiting for it to be taken away. You've probably called yourself a pessimist for this, or ungrateful. You finally get the thing, the peace, the person, the good news, and you can't fully enjoy it. There's a flinch underneath the joy, a reflex that whispers, "Don't get too comfortable." Most people misread this. They think something is broken in them, but this isn't a character flaw. It's a pattern, and patterns have a history. Psychologists actually have a name for it. They call it foreboding joy. The moment happiness rises in you, your mind quietly rehearses losing it. You imagine the phone call, the bad news, the other shoe dropping. You think you're protecting yourself. You think if you picture the worst now, it won't be able to ambush you later. So you let a little dread sit beside every good thing. Like a tax you pay for being happy. It shows up in small ways you might not even notice. You finally meet someone kind, and instead of softening, you start watching for the moment they'll leave. The job goes well, so you wait for the email that says it was all a mistake. The checkup comes back clear, and you find yourself almost suspicious of the relief. Good news arrives, and some part of you treats it like bait. But here's what most people miss. This reflex didn't come from nowhere. Somewhere in your past, good moments weren't safe. Maybe the calm in your house never lasted. A quiet dinner could turn loud without warning. A good mood could disappear in a second. So a younger version of you learned something. Don't relax. Relaxing is when it gets you. Staying ready was how you stayed safe. And that lesson never really left. Your nervous system isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to spare you a fall. It learned that the higher you let yourself rise, the worse the drop feels. So it keeps you a little low on purpose, a little braced, never all the way up. The problem is, it doesn't actually work. The bad thing, if it ever comes, still hurts just as much. You just end up paying for it twice, once in advance, in worry, and again when it arrives. And while you're busy bracing, the good moment is passing anyway. The dinner ends, the sunset fades. The person walks out of the room. You were there for it, but you weren't in it. You spent it standing guard. This is the quiet grief of foreboding joy. It's not that bad things happen, it's that the good things happen, and you're too defended to feel them. You hold your happiness at arm's length, so it can't hurt you when it goes. But that means you never really hold it at all. And sometimes it goes further than bracing. Sometimes you reach out and end the good thing yourself. You pick the fight before they can. You leave before you're left. You find the flaw in the gift so you don't have to wait for it to break. It feels like control. Like you're the one choosing the ending. But really, you're just so afraid of the drop that you jump first. You trade a maybe loss for a certain one, because at least the certain one is on your terms. That's how much the bracing costs. It doesn't just dull your joy. Sometimes it talks you into throwing it away. So let me offer you a different way to see this. The goal was never to stop bad things from happening. You can't. No amount of dread has ever bought anyone safety. Worrying about the storm doesn't keep it away. It just means you're soaked before the first drop. The real question is softer than that. Not how do I keep the good from ending, but can you let a good moment be good while it's still here? Because the ending will come either way. The only thing your bracing decides is whether you were present for the part before it. Because here's something researchers found. The people who feel joy most deeply aren't the ones with the easiest lives. They're not the ones who've been promised nothing will go wrong. They're the ones who learn to feel grateful in the exact moment they're most afraid to enjoy. When the flinch comes, they don't fight it. They notice it, and they say, quietly, "This is good. Right now, and right now is allowed." You don't have to convince yourself that nothing will ever go wrong. That's a lie, and your mind won't believe it anyway. You only have to let yourself land. To feel your feet on the floor of a good moment without scanning the horizon for the end of it. The bracing will still show up. That's okay. You can feel the dread and stay in the room anyway. You can let both be true. This is good, and I'm a little scared of how good it is. And slowly, with practice, your nervous system starts to learn a new thing. That good moments can come and pass and you survive both. That you don't have to guard a joy to be allowed to have it. That you are not safer for having suffered in advance. So the next time something good happens and you feel that old flinch rise in your chest, pause. You're not being warned. You're being invited. The dread is just an old part of you. A part that once kept you ready, back when ready was the only safe thing to be. It never learned that it's allowed to rest now. You can answer it gently. You can tell it, I see you. Thank you. We're okay here. And then you can turn back to the moment, while it's still here. Because it is here, right now, the calm, the person, the ordinary, unremarkable good. And you, after everything, are allowed to be here too.